show you the process on how you can take your LLC and file a timely or late C-Corp election. Now, I'm going to assume you know the differences between C-Corp, S-Corp, and your intent is to change the taxable status as to how you treat it for federal tax purposes. So the form that you need is 8832. Easy to find. Just go to the IRS, type 8832, and it's going to show up. Now, this is what it looks like. It starts with a new mailing address. Unlike the S-Corp, where you have a fax number, this one you have to mail it in. So you're going to print it out and certified mail it. Depending on your state, you're going to have a corresponding address. So let's go through the form. All you need is just fill it out. Name, EIN, address. Now, we're going to leave these blank because we're going to do a regular filing first, meaning you have 75 days to file a timely election. So you can only go back 75 days. So you have until March 15th if you're on a traditional December 31st year end. Anything else is going to be a late filing, and I'll show you how that process works out. We're going to assume an initial classification that you're not making any changes. So I'll select this one. And this will not apply. Have you made a previous election in the last 60 months? We're going to say no. I'm going to skip to line 3. Now, depending on your situation, if you have more than one owner, put it in. A lot of the LLCs that I see electing to do this are just a single individual owner. But if you have a different entity as an owner or multiple owners, select that and fill it out. Now on page 2, most are going to be right here, 6A. A domestic eligible entity electing to be classified as taxable as a corporation. Right here. This is it. I'm not going to assume a foreign. And let's remove the date. Now, remember, right now we're in April 24. So if I want to go back as of 1/1 of 24, I cannot. I have to do it as a late filing, but I can go 04/01/24, which would be a timely election. And you put your name, title, phone number, same thing, sign, date, title. That is it. And we're going to remove this. I'll show you how to do this in a minute. So then you print it out and you certified mail it to this address. Then you wait for the acceptance, hopefully the acceptance letter. So pretty straightforward. But let's assume you missed the deadline and it's April and you want to go back to not even 1/1 of 24. Let's assume going back to 1/1 of 23. So what would that look like? What do you have to do? So first thing, you're going to select the late classification relief, revenue procedure 2009-41. You're going to go down and now you could just fill it out here. What my preference and what I've always done is I attach a letter. My letters look like this or a version of it. So I recommend you pause this, and if you don't have one, create something similar and make sure it matches your specific entity structure. So make sure the name, address, EIN, whether you're manager, members, whatever, all that matches, and indicate that you're wanting to go back as of 1/1/23 for 2023, and you're going to make a few statements. And the number one statement is that you've reported income consistent with the corporation status, also known as the C-Corp, and that you failed to obtain the 8832, which is why it pretty much the reason as to why you didn't file it. And then you've sought professional advice. And just like every letter with the IRS, we ended the same way. You're always signing under penalties of perjury. You sign this, you're going to print it, you're going to attach it to your actual form. The other things that I always do is I take this and I copy it and go back to your form and always put it in here. And here you're going to see enclosed letter, right? Or something like that. Just indicate it. The other thing I always like doing, and then you're going to sign again and date. You're going to sign it twice. I also, when you print it, indicate the revenue procedure here. Even though you've put it in, you selected the box, you want to make it as easy as possible for the IRS to process so you can hopefully get that late filing accepted and approved, because you're making tax planning based on this going through. So you want to make sure you do it. Now, for something like this, I will never take it on a one-off basis, but I've charged anywhere from $4.95, or if it's late, $9.95, depending on how how many years we're going back. So no need to spend money, just use this, follow the process, and hopefully you get that election approved.